All right, welcome back to the channel. We're back in the garage today. We're doing something a little bit different. We're not working on the bookshelves today because, again, we got a lot of painting to do and we haven't got it done. I started on one more upright because we decided to do one more section. So we're gonna do that. But today, because it's Easter and a special surprise for the kids, we decided to make planter boxes. So what we're doing, I got fence pickets. So they're just a 6-foot fence picket, cedar, smell great. And we're gonna make about 1 foot by 1 foot little planter boxes, about a foot deep, for little flower planters or anything like that. I saw some over at one of the stores I was at this morning, and they wanted like $100 for one. Little tiny planter box, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna build them. So it's one of those things where, oh, you don't want $100 for it? Oh, I can't pay that much, and you go spend $200 building one. No, these are not nearly that expensive. The boards were $4 a board. I bought 3 boards per box. So hopefully, math comes out to about 2 boards, but I always buy a little extra because I hate being short. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're gonna do. I just put a new blade on my saw. I brought the table down because this task requires a nice little table to put our stuff on. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna draw it up, try to figure out what we want. About 1 foot by 1 foot. I don't know if I'm doing the angled sides or not because that's more complicated. But we're gonna start cutting boards and having fun. So here we go. Okay, all right, so we're gonna draw the box and make a plan, okay? So my thought is we're gonna make a planter box, okay? Box like this. Okay, box like this, all right?
There you go.
Hey, bud.
He did not want to be left out anymore.
Coming out to join us? So, I think what we do, because the boards are 5.5 inches wide, this is gonna be 11 inches tall, okay? But I think we have enough board, we can make it 12 inches this way. All right? And then let's look at the top view, like this. And then we'll make this one 12 inches too. Let's look at the top view and let's decide how we want to connect the boards.
I want to connect the boards with none on the top.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're gonna put a little piece on the outside.
A little piece
right
of X? No.
Okay, we're gonna put a piece of board like that on the outside edge around the outside corner, so it'll look really nice. And then we'll nail these through here. And then, but these boards here, yeah, these boards here, we're gonna cut them that long, like that. And these boards here, we're gonna cut a little bit shorter, okay? So we'll have to see what the thickness of these boards are, but what we're gonna do is we need to cut these boards here at 12 inches long. And then these boards here are going to be 12 inches minus 2 times the thickness of that board is going to be our dimension. I think they're 5/8 of an inch thick. So 5/8 plus 5/8, do you know what 5/8 plus 5/8 is?
No.
No? You sure?
Yeah.
It's 10/8, which is 1. So if you have 5/8 plus 5/8 equals 10/8, and 10/8 is not even, so which is equal to 1 and 2/8, which is equal to, and then we get to reduce our fractions, 1 and 1/4. So we're going to subtract 1 1/4 off of 12, which is equal to 11, 10, right? So subtract 1, we get 11, we subtract another quarter, we get 10 and 3/4. So we need to cut 2 boards at 12 inches, 2 boards at 10 and 3/4 inches. Actually, we need more than 2 because we're going too high. So we need 4 and 4. Ready to cut them? All right, let's start with it. Oh look, I found my pencil. I got 2 pencils. Okay, so let's take a board. And it's too. All right, we take a board, take the tag off of it.
And then mark where we want it to be cut.
Well, when it's time to do that, we're going to square the end. Okay, see? Square the end. All right, and we're going to measure and mark. Okay, come here. You want to mark it? Come here. Come here, around this side. Around the other side, please. Okay, 12 inches. Let me show you how to do it. Okay? What we do is we're going to mark, see right there. Your head's in the way. Right there, 12 inches. Right there. You see, right at the point of the triangle is where I mark. You can also draw a little line, but this works pretty good. Okay? Alright, we're out. Stand up. Oh, Leland, I need to go over here. Over here. Alright, first cut on a new blade.
Oh.
Stop fighting. Stop. Let's see how this is all going to turn out. Okay, now we need to cut, we probably need to pull out the table saw. Okay, so now next step we're going to do is we're going to cut down the boards. All these boards vary in width, they're really not very precise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them all down so they're all exactly the same width. That way when I put all the boxes together, they'll all be nice and flush and even. It'll look really nice. So you may wonder why I waited till they're short to cut them down. These boards are all sorts of crooked, and so when they're this long, I actually have enough fence to get a straight edge on that side. So if it's bowed this way, that's the side I put against the fence, because then I get a contact point here, and I get a relatively straight edge on the other side. And then when I flip it, I get a straight edge on that side, so I get pretty close on my width. Not perfect, but for a planter box for flowers, good enough. Not good enough for a table, good enough for flowers. Alright, they're all ripped down to the same width. So they ended up being 5 1/4 wide. But by the time you take it, if you cut it a couple times, take a couple blade widths off, call it 5 inches is what I have to work with. I could cut these down to 2.5 inches, but because I have them overlapping like this, and I want it to look uniform on both sides, so this one will probably be, probably 2.5 inches. I think 2.5 inches might be a little wide, like an inch is all I really need. So I might reconsider that, maybe get 3 out of them. But then this other one here, to make it the same distance from here to here as it is from here to here, this one will be one board thickness narrower than the other one. So I'll work through the math on that and then cut them. So looking at it, 2.5 inches would be pretty wide. The boards are coming in pretty close to 1/2 inch thick. So all I'm concerned is 1/2 inch thick. So I went for 2 inches on one, 1.5 inches on the other. That would leave me with, I can do another 1.5 inches or so. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Cut one at 2 inches, cut one at 1.5 inches, and see what's left. Here we go. Okay, first thing first, we're gonna put the corners together. Rod nail all our corner material together. one corner together. Couple extra nails in it for good luck. There's one. All right, last one put together. Now we're gonna start putting together a box. So, not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this. There's some brad nails that kind of decided to go their own way. I'm gonna take the grinder and I should probably just some dikes and knock them out of the way as I go. So on something like this, the way I get rid of a brad nail, take my clippers, clip it off, take a nail set because this is the side you're not going to see. Flush. Done. Alright. So let's see, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this corner? So I probably actually make this a little bit stronger. Probably actually want to nail these together and then put my corner on it. That's what I'm gonna do. See, this is why I ran through the table saw, perfectly flush. Do I need to do this? No. Is it overkill? Yes. That's the way I do things. I really don't want to plant your box all apart. Thieves is overpriced things that fall apart. All right, 2 levels are made. We're gonna put 2 levels together. 2 levels together, we're gonna put the corners on them. And we'll fold the corner in like that. I'm gonna start at the top up here. What I gotta remember is my brad nails are long enough that they will go through my finger. I will have to cut every one of them off. You know what? I got a grinder. I can do that. So there's one. Nope. Can't nail that way or it'll go on the table. So I'll square them when I put the bottom on, in case you were wondering. Got another rascally steak nail here. Rascally rabbit. Just a little bit. Nip the end of it off. And then hide it from the wheel. So, on there. Pull the corner tight here. Got a nail in it. Alright, time to put a bottom in it. Let's see how we want to do this. Alright, so the reason I'm not just nailing these on the bottom like that. It's because the nails will pull out and then the bottom falls out of the box. So, as convenient and easy as it would be, I'm not going to do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put shims like this inside, and then I'm going to nail from the top down. That way, all your stress is in shear on those nails, rather than just trying to pull the nail out. So it makes it a lot stronger. So I'll probably just use some little, I think I got 1 inch left on that one. Cut that one down and cut a couple more of them to, I'll just run around the whole inside of this and cut the boards the right length to match. Okay. Anyway, next block off. Here we go. Alright, that one's snug as a bug in a rug. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, that's not cool. Box is too small for my gun. We're gonna figure this out. That ain't funny. Maybe it's hilarious. Don't know. Don't need very many nails in them, but I need some nails in those. So you know what I'm gonna do? Not what I want to do, but it's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go from the bottom up. Okay with that. Okay. See that? That is a complete planter box. Final dimensions came out to be 9 inches deep. Outside dimension is 13 by 13 and 3/16. Total height on the outside, 12 inches tall. 9 inches deep. I think some people would say that's a cute little planter box. Kind of cool. So there's a little bit of space in the bottom for the water to go through if you wanted it to. I don't know. If I need to punch some holes in it, I can take a drill and punch some holes in it. But it turned out, I mean, by dumb luck, it ended up being nice and square. We're good. Planter box. So I'm going to throw the other one together and bada bing, bada boom. Got 2 planter boxes. So kids have kind of abandoned me. Clarice is still here keeping me company. So yeah, we'll fill these up with dirt and we'll get some nice flowers in. It'll be kind of fun. So still a little bit cold. It's really windy today. So it'll be another week or 2 before we can actually put flowers in them. But yeah, that's where we're at. So thanks for watching.
Dad.